Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Playground Ensemble's String Quartet mini-series and the opening events of our 15th season. I hope that you all have a good glass of wine or maybe a nice craft beer in your hands right now. My name is Sarah Whitnah, and I am the programming chair of the organization and also one of its current violinists. Inspired by our season theme of Lost and Found, we will, over the course of 2 evenings, tonight and tomorrow, perform a total of 4 string quartet works that explore these concepts. Tonight's first installment explores that which has been lost. Gemma Peacocke's Erasure, written in 2017 for amplified string quartet, confronts the systemic removal of women voices from public culture. Peacocke offers a quote from historian Dr. Amanda Foreman as a program note. If women are invisible, then it doesn't really matter how important they are, because in the public consciousness, they don't really exist. Spoken text, performed by the members of the ensemble throughout the work, imbue a tangible identity to these often erased voices, and we'll hear just a little bit more from Gemma in a little bit. Additionally, tonight, we honor the recent passing of Krystof Penderecki with a performance of his string quartet number 3, Leaves of an Unwritten Diary, written in 2008. Penderecki referred to this work as a sentimental journey. Composed of 3 sections performed without pause, this work may be considered a personal exploration of the various stages of the composer's life. Tomorrow's concert considers things found with works by Gabriella, Lena Frank, and also former Denver resident and composer Don Byron. We encourage you to click on our website event link, which is playgroundensemble.org/lostandfound, for additional program notes about tonight's composers and their pieces, as well as more information about tomorrow's concert. Before we begin, however, I would like to note that tonight, in lieu of ticket donations, we are instead raising funds for the Justice for Rivero campaign, led by activist Jeff Campbell. 100% of any donations given tonight will go directly to this cause. There is a direct donation link below in the YouTube video description if you're watching on YouTube, but you can also find a donate button if you go to the program notes website, which is again playgroundensemble.org/lostandfound. Nathan Hall, our president, is also standing by in the live chat and can help share those links as well as answer any questions you might have. And I know we've had a question about possibly mailing in donations, and if you want to do that, that address is also in the YouTube description, but that address is P.O. Box 102-484, Denver, Colorado 80250. I also need to say a little bit about the campaign itself and why it's important. 2 years ago, on April 20th, Denver artist Rivero Stinnett left a gala just after midnight and walked to Union Station to catch a train home. When Stinnett left Union Station 3 hours later, he had a brain injury, resulting in permanent brain damage. Rivero had been beaten in a bathroom by a private security guard with Allied Universal Security, a firm working under a multi-million-dollar contract with Denver's Regional Transportation District, also known as RTD. 3 of the officers involved in the violent assault pleaded guilty to criminal charges in connection to the incident. However, Allied Universal Security's practices of racial profiling and excessive use of force among RTD passengers reflects the company's values and substandard training of its security guards. And I will say they have numerous lawsuits all across the country for similar offenses. The playground stands with Rivero Stinnett and the activist group Allies to Abolitionists in their demand for the city of Denver and Denver RTD to 1, terminate all current and outstanding contracts with Allied Universal Security, 2, make financial reparations to Rivero Stinnett in a fair and immediate settlement, and 3, create an oversight committee to make sure that the rights and safety of the most vulnerable citizens are protected. And just so you all know, a quick update, RTD had a meeting last Tuesday and the motion to terminate their contract with Allied was voted down. They will have another meeting on Tuesday, August 18th that's open to public comment, and we encourage you to call into that meeting and voice your support if you are so inclined. Additionally, if you cannot make a monetary donation tonight, you can get involved in a few other ways. You can visit the website justiceforrivero.com to sign the petition calling for the end of the Allied contract. We ask that you also join the Facebook group Allies to Abolitionists in order to stay up to date on the issue. And we ask that you contact your RTD representatives directly to express your support for the cause and its demands. The year 2020 has seen so many things lost. In this time of a pandemic, we all tread on unfamiliar ground as we try to navigate new ways of working, socializing, and communicating. We have lost the old ways of doing things, and when the time comes, we are preparing to return to a society that looks different than the way we left it, for better or worse. We hope you will join the playground in supporting the Justice for Rivero campaign so that we can return to a society that is just a little bit better than the way we left it. Thanks tonight are due to SCFD and Colorado Creative Industries for their financial support. And I also want to thank Mighty Fine Productions for hosting tonight's event, and a special shout out to Colin Bricker and his team for making sure you can hear us and see us tonight. And without further ado, we start off with a brief video directly from Gemma Peacocke, followed by the performance of her piece, Erasure. Please enjoy tonight's concert.
Hi, I'm Gemma Peacocke, and I'm a composer from New Zealand. I actually normally live in Brooklyn in New York, but I'm back in New Zealand at the moment. I wrote Erasure back in 2017. I'd been reading about how in many cultures around the world, it's still taboo for a woman's name to be known beyond her immediate family members. And so when she dies, her name goes with her. This is true in Afghanistan and many countries around that area. And it made me think about all of the women whose names have been completely erased from our collective history. All of the artists and architects and scientists and thinkers, composers, and also the ordinary women whose names we can just never know. So when I was thinking about writing the piece, I thought about all of the elements that make up a piece of music and how I could gradually erase those elements from the piece. So you'll hear different energies and textures and rhythms build up and then dissipate. And that was my way of figuring out how to erase something that's so vital. So I want to thank the performers for putting together this project during this time that's so difficult for all of us, and just wishing everyone health and safety. Be well.
My mother's name.
My mother's name.
My mother's
Her
name.
mother's name. Her mother's
My
name.
daughter's name.
Her daughter's
My
name.
aunt's name.
My mother's name.
Her aunt's name.
My friend's
Her
name.
friend's
My
name.
lover's name. My sister's name.
The author's name.
The astronomer's name.
My mother's name.
The author's
The
name.
doctor's name.
The inventor's name. The cleaner's name. My friend's name.
The cleaner's name.
The
The
teacher's
doctor's
name.
name.
The composer's name.
My mother's name. The teacher's name.
My friend's name.
Her teacher's name.
My teacher's name.
The author's name. The astronaut's name. The cleaner's cleaner's name?
My mother's name.
My name.
Hi, I'm Conrad Keene, director of The Playground. You may have noticed that the other pieces on this program have been accompanied by short videos of the composers themselves. That just isn't going to be possible with Penderecki as he passed away in 2020. And it's a loss that was profound to me, as profound as maybe Bowie or Prince, as far as losing a musician that was very influential on me. It was Penderecki and Gorecki that when I stumbled onto their music, it's why I started composing. And if I wouldn't have started composing, there probably wouldn't be a playground ensemble. I did not know that you could do the kind of things with classical instruments that they were both doing at the time that I came into them. I still remember the first time that I heard Threnody, which, if the story is true, and it might be folklore, if you can write a piece of music that puts a 60-person orchestra on strike, I'm a fan right away, right? In 1998, I was able to attend the Oregon Bach Festival where he was composer in residence, and I have to tell you, I fanboyed a little bit. This is his autograph on a poster that he handed us, and although it's very hard to see now, this is actually an autograph on a record that I brought with me for him to sign. At that time in my life, I was working at a record store while finishing my master's degree in composition, and he was by far the composer I talked about the most. In fact, so much so that when he passed away this year, the owner of Twist and Shout, Paul Epstein, called me and said, "Are you okay?" Which I thought was both touching and a little bit funny. You know, there's some other things about his music, right time, right place. I was really experimenting with graphic notation, and this is the way that he does his pre-composition sketches, all in color, very artistic, amazing things. And as I said before, there was just I'm a fan of dark music. I don't like happy music. I like angry, I like sad, and he did both of those things so well. And just all of the extended technique. There is notation, string notation, as a matter of fact, to this day, that I would call Penderecki notation. It had to be created because of what he was doing, both in Threnody and the other large-scale pieces he did, but especially the string quartets. And that's why I am very, very excited that the Playground Ensemble String Quartet has chosen to play one of his quartets on this show. I hope you enjoy.
All right.
We good with that?
Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. We hope that we'll also see you tomorrow. And we'll play some Don Byron tomorrow and some Gabriella Lena Frank. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.